Previously on Beggars and Choosers.
I pay you, and I pay you damn well. Program my network, and you are programming the shit out of it. And don't forget a little surprise.
A little surprise?
I got a little surprise waiting for me at night. Kind of takes the edge off.
Rob, what are you talking about?
We need to get a hooker for EL.
What the hell do I know about finding a hooker?
Very little, I hope.
Look, all you have to do is show up at his hotel room with some padded handcuffs and speak with a Spanish accent.
Do me like this.
What's your name, sweetheart?
Carmen.
Rob,
Where is he?
he's down the hall in intensive care.
Is he gonna make it?
Yeah, it was a stroke.
You know what I can't figure out? Why he married her.
She was his hydrotherapist. No, I want something hotter. How about Puerto Vallarta?
Rob, there's a little problem.
That was unworthy of you, you motherfucking asshole cocksucker.
Cut!
What?
The show's only been on once. We can recast this week, have a new actress ready to go if Yolanda doesn't get better.
All right, start looking for possible replacements for Yolanda.
Okay.
Well, don't you want to see what you'd be getting?
Oh, I've got a pretty good idea. Sandra?
So I show up, and 5 minutes later, he's making like a major move on me. And when I don't immediately take my clothes off, he just looks at me and asks me how bad I want Puerto Vallarta.
What's a career worth, Rob?
You really are a whore, you know that.
Maybe, Rob. But you do business with me, so what does that make you?
Hi, Margaret. I understand we've been getting a little reaction on the mountain men.
Fax machine hasn't stopped for days.
He's burning money.
Wait, it gets worse.
You're asking me to fuck up my show because you got some letters that you didn't like.
Not just the letters, the entire industry is concerned.
You threatening me, man?
You seem a little upset. He didn't just take off. I mean, the trailer was wrecked. Mr. Malone, were you at home last night?
Wait a second. You don't think that I did this?
Look, not every child actor is in rehab. Just call his manager.
I put my life on those pages. 5 years of my life. And now you want to cut my heart out?
I don't care if it's 3 auditions, Sid. I don't care. I have a bikini wax scheduled at 2 o'clock, and I'm not missing it.
San Diego to the Santa Monica to the harbor and then to the Pasadena. You could, how about Ventura to the Golden State, then the 405 to the PCH. Wait, no, there's mudslides to the PC. Oh, fuck it. Just take a plane, man.
No, you're breaking up. I can't hear you. I'm losing you. Yeah, I'm heading into the canyon. I'll call you.
The LCA News Times, 7
Wipe that silly caveman grin off your face.
Oh, this is nice. Maybe I'll just stay in the cave and skip hunting today.
Oh, sorry. Can't do that. You have to bring the pelts back, otherwise I have to cut you off.
Oh. So this is basically the deal. I hunt, I get laid, quid pro quo.
Well, I wouldn't put it quite that crudely, but yes.
Yeah. Great.
Oh, come on. What else are men good for? You give us babies, you bring the pelts back. Otherwise, you're a pain in the ass.
Yeah, well, at least we're finished with babies, but I do bring the pelts back, so I guess 1 out of 2 isn't bad. It's not a very good breakfast.
You kidding? Carbs beat caffeine any day of the week, Dad. Ask your doctor.
Hello. No, who is this? Okay, look, I don't know where you get your information, but this house is not for sale. Yeah. No. At 7:30 in the morning, I already got a real estate agent calling me.
Somebody asked me at school yesterday how much we're asking.
What?
I told him at least $2 million, right?
Look, Carrie, this house is not for sale. I don't know how that rumor got started.
Well, $2 million isn't bad.
Rob,
Oh, good. You're early, Cato.
pH balance all screwed up. You don't acid wash the pool, you get algae up the kazoo.
Okay, well, go ahead, acid wash it.
129, including chemicals, out the door.
Okay, if you say so. What's that?
Thursday at 10. It'll knock the shit out of VR.
It's a script.
3 pool technicians living in the marina, dealing with modern life. You know, a little existential angst. Thrown in with the tits and ass.
Sounds, interesting.
There's a PI living above him. Every now and then, he throws him a case.
Great, then I'll read it.
Get back to me on this one fast. I cleaned Stu's pool on a Wednesday.
In Kosovo. In other news, the creator of the controversial LGT television series The Mountain Men, Kendall Gifford, is still missing this morning. On Friday, the writer-producer's trailer was found ransacked with a mysterious note on the computer screen. The note from Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Words are also actions, and actions are a kind of words." According to an LAPD spokesperson, the police are treating this as a possible homicide.
This is good news, huh?
Not necessarily.
Well, how can you run a network when you're under investigation?
No, I'm not a lawyer. I'm an agent.
Can you believe the cops suspect him?
Well, his credibility is certainly a little shaky at the moment. I mean, Kendall was a serious threat to the network.
You don't really think that Rob off Kendall, do you?
Who knows what a man was capable of?
Morning, Rob.
Mr.
Malone.
Who the hell's in my spot?
Good morning to you too, Rob. It's Detective Mosh, LAPD.
What's he doing here?
He's talking to people.
About what?
You.
Me? He's talking to people about me?
Uh-huh. I told him I didn't think you were capable of harming Kendall Gifford over creative differences.
Well, thank you. Who else is he talking to?
I'm an intern from the Ohio School of Radio and Television. I'm just sort of a fly on the wall, actually.
So, in your capacity as a fly on the wall, Ms. Martinez, have you ever overheard Mr. Malone making threatening statements about Mr. Gifford?
So, first of all, how many scripts have we got on the drawer for the Mountain Men?
0.
We've got nothing to shoot.
That's the way he works. Worked. You were lucky to see a script on the first day of prep.
And what about the other writers?
There aren't any. Kendall wrote them all. We had 6 other writers, but they got tired of sitting around playing Scrabble on their computer, so they walked.
Okay, we'll get them back in here. And meanwhile, notify the talent that we're shutting down until we get a script.
Rob, you're not going to shut down a hit show, are you? I mean, we're already getting killed on Wednesday night.
Not only that, we've got major pay-or-play contracts on the actors.
Well, we'll declare force majeure.
Force majeure is only invocable for an act of God.
And what do you call the showrunner getting kidnapped?
I don't think that's going to fly unless we say that God kidnapped him.
Well, invoke it anyway. And put the writers back to work immediately. I mean, lock them in their office if you have to. Now, what is happening on Puerto Vallarta?
We're continuing to shoot with Yolanda.
Yeah, but what about the dirty words?
We're dealing with those editorially.
Can't we get her on some kind of medication?
Oh, she's taking the maximum dosage, but sometimes it just doesn't
I want to
kick
pitch
in.
something.
What?
Nikolai Krasnikov.
Nikolai Krasnikov.
Nicky the Knife Krasnikov, Russian Mafia, the guy who just rolled over on Stenka Pivkin. They just said in Good Morning America that he's thinking about writing a book.
Does he even know how to write?
Marty, he went to Princeton.
That's because they were afraid to turn him down.
No, the Russian Mafia thing is fresh. People are tired of Ray Liotta and Johnny Depp with toothpicks in their mouths and $2,000 leather jackets. This is a good-looking guy in a mink coat drinking tea out of a samovar. Rob, we need to buy this book.
What for?
A 6-hour miniseries. My boss's son goes to Princeton, plays tennis while he's running the San Pedro docks.
Lori, the man has people killed.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, what do you think this will cost us?
Preemptive bid before lunch today. Offer $300 grand with ready writers.
300,000. We don't even have a writer or an approach.
We don't need a writer or an approach. My God, this is a no-brainer. Rob, let me talk to his people with $300,000 in my pocket. I will deliver him.
Spending that kind of money is not going to go over well in New York.
EL's in a coma. Who's going to know?
LL claims she can talk to him.
How can you discuss this with a woman who doesn't understand the first thing about television? Rob, by tomorrow, Kevin, Chuck, and Barry are going to be waving cash in his face. Not to mention Showtime, TNT, HBO. It'll be a feeding frenzy.
Who represents him?
I don't know. He's got to have a lawyer. I mean, if he didn't have a lawyer, he'd be in jail, wouldn't he?
All right. I'll see if I can set up a meeting.
Hey, I got Rob to sign off on $300,000.
You're not going to be able to get arrested for $300,000. You're going to need 5 to close.
What? What, are you representing him or us?
You tell me.
Brad, I thought we were working together, you know? I thought we were a team. I thought we were in a relationship.
You haven't been calling lately.
No, I know. I've been kind of busy. My cat is past a colon.
How about tonight?
Tonight? Okay.
Can we do Matt and Minnie?
What? They broke up.
How about David and Michelle?
He's a writer.
Let's put it on the freeway. See if it gets run over, okay?
All right.
I believe the question, Mr. Hertz, was, were you with Mr. Malone on the afternoon of the disappearance?
No.
Had you ever heard him say anything threatening about Mr. Gifford?
No.
Or were you not at a staff meeting 2 days before the disappearance where Mr. Malone said, I'd like to kill that son of a bitch?
That's their job, Malcolm. LGT has deep pockets. We're particularly vulnerable to this kind of lawsuit. It's complete bullshit. Yeah, I know it, and you know it. The lawyers even know it. But, you know, they're concerned about exposure.
Exposure? An actress shows up uninvited at my house at 11:30 at night in a raincoat with nothing on underneath, and I'm harassing her?
It's just a legal term, Malcolm.
So what do they want to do? They want to pay her off?
Yeah, they want to float a deal. Something like we give her a serious commitment, and we admit no guilt. And we say the whole thing's a big misunderstanding.
Yeah, this sounds just like Paula Jones.
Yeah, and they paid her $850,000.
Yeah, well, he did it. I didn't.
Look, I am not eager to make a settlement. The lawyers just asked me to run it by you.
And what if I had said yes?
I hoped you wouldn't.
I've got a 3-page phone log.
Top 10.
Leslie, Scott, Barry, Brad Advale, Mitch, your attorney, your broker, Variety, The Hollywood Reporter, The LA Times.
Well, what do you think?
I'd go with Variety first. Put the fire out before it gets out of hand.
Get me Peter on the phone.
You got a minute?
Yeah.
I just got off the phone with Brad Advale about Parker's contract.
Is there anyone that he doesn't represent?
The elevator's going up again.
What? Look, I bottom lined him at 1.7 in year 3 just last week.
I reminded him of that. He laughed.
He laughed?
Yeah. Then he said that they would have given Jerry Seinfeld $5 million. Then he said that they might go down to 2.1 million in year 3, but if they did that, we'd have to throw sweeteners into the production deal and throw in some perks.
Perks? What the hell does he want? He's already sleeping with my...
You don't want to go there, Rob.
You know, the pre-seminal flow have an Airstream with a jacuzzi in it.
What are, or who are the pre-seminal flow?
They're a band. They're at Dodger Stadium on Saturday. Can I go?
What kind of music do they play?
British goth hip-hop.
I'm sorry, British goth hip-hop?
Yeah, picture Boys to Men, but they're white, and they wear rubber hip boots. Oh, the first CD sold 3 million.
Well, we'll think about it.
Tickets are going fast, Dad. You know, if I buy tomorrow, I can get a seat for 75.
75 bucks? I mean, where are you going to sit, in the front row?
Are you kidding? That's in the center field bleachers.
Well, your mother and I will discuss it.
What's the big deal? You write it off your taxes. Just say you took Parker Meridian as a business expense.
I believe that's called tax fraud.
Dad, everyone cheats on their taxes.
His taxes. Everyone cheats on his taxes. The subject is singular.
Yeah, I gotta finish my homework.
Was he ever cute and cuddly?
Of course he was. You just forget.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Don't you remember how he used to wake up smiling in the morning? You used to hear him singing in his crib.
God, seems like another lifetime.
Well, it was 15 years ago. Do you remember when he took his first steps? He didn't walk. He ran.
You know what I remember? I remember when you called me up to tell me that he'd just taken a poop in the potty.
Oh, yeah. That was important news, huh?
Yeah, but I'm in the middle of a story meeting with a bunch of people that I never met before, and I announced to them all, strangers that barely knew, that my son had just taken a poop in the potty.
Great impression, I'm sure. Were they happy?
They thought I was crazy. Jeez.
Rob, I want another one.
Oh, right. Why don't we have a couple while we're at it? God, you're serious?
Yes.
Oh, Cecile, did we have an accident this morning?
No.
Well, then where does it come from?
Well, does it have to come from somewhere?
Well, I mean, it is just a little out of left field, shall we say?
Okay, all right, I know, but... All right, I've been thinking about this for some time. Maybe I should have said something earlier, but I was afraid that, you would react like this.
Well, and can you blame me?
No, hon, I don't. I understand how you feel. You have a high-pressure job. You have a lot of stress in your life right now.
But
I understand.
no, but it's not just that. You're going to be 40 next summer. No, are you really prepared to go through this kind of thing again? I mean, 2 a.m. feedings, the teethings. Remember?
This is not a rational thing, okay? Maybe it's just hormones. I don't know. I don't know. I was just hoping that maybe you felt the same way that I do, and obviously you don't, so let's just forget about it, okay?
Sweetheart.
Rob.
Look, I just don't see it now. I mean, you realize we could be grandparents in a couple of years?
Hon, it's okay. Really. It's all right. Let's just forget that I even mentioned it. All right?
I'm sorry.
No, don't be. I'm glad that you were honest with me.
I don't know. That's where he wants to meet.
How can you do a business deal at a grocery store?
Same way you make one at the Palm, and you don't get stuck with the check.
Who's gonna be there?
Just Krasnikoff and the lawyer.
Yeah, you ever heard of this guy?
No, his name is Maxim Gorky.
What, you mean like the writer?
I didn't know there's a writer named Maxim Gorky.
Yeah.
Who represents him?
He's dead.
Even better. What about the estate? There could be residuals.
He wrote novels in the 19th century.
Oh. That Maxim Gorky. So, what do you say? Feel like fooling around?
No, I'm really tired, okay?
You promised.
All right, who are we this time?
David and Michelle.
All right, just give me 1 second, okay?
You ready?
Yeah.
What's their kitchen like?
Early American?
Good. I like early American. So, she's in her sweatshirt. She just worked out.
He was at the computer, but she lured him away with the sweet smell of cinnamon rolls.
Cinnamon rolls?
Yeah.
God, I love cinnamon rolls.
They really want to pay her off. It's the lawyers. To them, it's just cost-benefit accounting. Boy, that shit's... Tell me about it. Didn't you tell them I was an eyewitness? No. No? What do you mean? I didn't think it was important. Well, I saw what happened. I could testify in court. Yes, you could. But then I'd have to explain what you were doing here at 11:30 on a Tuesday night.
I live here, remember? Man, you're scared, aren't you?
No,
Do you think you're the only gay talent executive in town?
That's not the point.
Well, what is the point?
The point is that it's okay to be gay if you're in talent. But if you want to go further, then forget about it.
I see. So you're planning on running a network someday, is that it?
Well, I don't want to close off my options.
Ah, I get it. You're worried about your career track.
No,
Great.
come on. I am not worried about my career.
You mean more to me than any goddamn job. Obviously, you don't feel that way about me.
But
maybe I ought to find someone who does.
Rob is hanging on by his fingernails.
What do you mean?
Oh, he's an interim guy. When Judd went to NBC, they weren't ready to go to me yet because they thought I was too young, so they stuck Rob in the job.
So he has a lot riding on the mountain man.
Just his entire career in television, excuse me.
Well, then I wouldn't suppose Mr. Malone would want any harm to come to Kendall Gifford.
Oh, no, he wouldn't want to hurt him. But if he was dead, now that would solve a lot of problems. You see, if Rob could get rid of Kendall, he could bring another showrunner in, get the show moving in a different direction, get the sponsors off his back, and come out smelling sweet.
I see.
It's a dog-eat-dog business, Sergeant. You'd be surprised what people will do to get ahead.
Are you implying, Miss Volpone, that Mr. Malone would be capable of resorting to foul play in order to get rid of Mr. Gifford?
Of course not. I just said that Rob wants Kendall dead, not that he would actually try to kill him. I mean, certainly not in cold blood.
Action!
I'm seeing nipple. Cut! Yolanda, you've got a cheap more camera left. Russ is seeing nipple.
Can't you just hold the fucking frame?
I'm sorry, Yolanda, but you missed your mark.
Well, it's so small you can hardly see it. Are we trying to save money on tape around here?
Retape Yolanda's mark, please. We're rolling.
Scene 52, take 11.
And action. Yolanda? Yolanda?
Fernando, is that you? I'm just lying here on my patio, sunbathing and thinking about you. And you know what I'm wearing? That's right, Fernando, just a little string bikini. Just a little bikini bottom. Uh-huh, that's right. I don't know. What about your wife? Are you sure? Do you know what I'd like to do to you? I'd like to wrap my thighs around your neck and take your tongue off where my twat.
Cut!
What did I say?
Twat.
I said twat?
I'm afraid so. Did you take your medication, Yolanda?
I think I need a higher dosage.
Can someone please get the nurse down here?
Did I really say twat?
Well, this is very weird.
What'd you expect, of L.A.?
Remember, pretend you could care less about this deal, all right?
Brad, this is the Russian mob, not business affairs at LGT.
Hey, how you doing? Brad Advale and Lori Volpone for Mr. Krasnikoff. We have a 1 o'clock meeting. You want to tell them we're here?
Thank you.
Remember, let me do the talking.
Yes, I did.
So it is.
Advile and Volpone. Am I correct?
That's us. You could call us Brad and Lori.
Familiarity breeds contempt. Am I right, Advile?
Well, yeah, I suppose. Why not?
My attorney Gorky.
Zдрасте.
Hi.
Ну что думаешь?
Попьем водочки, а там посмотрим.
Организуй закуску.
Нормально. Кушать хочется.
I believe that Volpone means fox in Italian, am I right?
Absolutely. She is quite a foxy lady.
I
isn't she?
believe that Volpone has the power of speech, am I right?
She sure does.
Are you hungry, Volpone?
Ravenous.
Have you ever tasted kasha varnieshkas?
No, I don't think so. No.
They will bring tears to your eyes.
Oh.
Давай водку.
Yes.
A little aperitif, Volpone.
Thank you. Oh, yeah, I'd love a white wine spritzer.
Diluting white wine with seltzer is a sacrilege. Am I right, Advile?
Absolutely.
Fuck death.
Точно.
Oh, fuck death, yeah. It's very good.
So, Dad, you you didn't off Kendall Gifford, did you? I'm just kidding. Actually, Parker thinks that Fox kidnapped Kendall because the Mountain Man was reading X-Files in Total Household.
How is Parker?
Parker's great, actually. And he's not going lower than 2.1 in year 3.
This is really not an appropriate conversation for you and me to be having, Audrey.
Maybe not, but you are going to have to deal with me sooner or later. On a professional level, that is.
What do you mean?
I mean that as soon as Parker gets his production company re-upped, he's making me director of development. Me? Yeah. Guess who's gonna be selling you product? Me?
She must have told him she's not getting the abortion.
You think so?
Yeah, he's not even touching his endive salad. Why doesn't he just get her a beach house and a job in development?
Candace, Herb Kolodny. I want you to recheck the price on the Malone house on Tiger Tail. No, it's not in the multiple listings because they want to keep it quiet. Yeah, see if you can find out what they're really asking. Okay. Great. Thanks, sweetheart.
$250 worldwide rights, including but not limited to publishing, electronic media, and video games. Listen, guys, we don't even know what's going to be in the book. I mean, we're going in blind here.
Video games.
Big potential market these days.
Volpone, what do you think of that?
I don't think it's a laughing matter.
You are right. It is not a laughing matter. It is my life. Am I right?
Absolutely.
Shut up, Advile. Volpone. Tell me what you want to do with my life.
I want to make it into the most exciting story since The Godfather.
слышал это.
Крестный отец с этим коротышкой Пачино?
We do not like Pacino.
Of course not. I mean, he's too old to play you. Actually, we were thinking of, Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt. Она не дура.
Да, Брэд Питт это точно.
We could live with Brad Pitt. А что насчет тебя?
А меня этот, Джеймс Бонд, который.
What do you think of Sean Connery to play the part of Gorky?
Love him.
He doesn't do TV.
Advaya, did anybody ask you a question?
Если они не дадут больше, чем 3.50, гони их к черту.
NBC is already at 350, and that is just for domestic TV. So can we get the real here?
We will do whatever it takes to get these rights for LGT, Mr. Tartikoff.
I like you, Volpone. Do you know why?
No.
Because you think with your genitals. Я думаю, я ее трахну.
Трахнуть, но я всегда успею. Ты дальше тряси.
What about profit participation?
Well, we structure something along the lines.
Volpone, what is LGT's definition of profits?
Whatever it is, we will make it better.
I like this woman. She makes me smile. Rote con neo rabochi.
What?
15% of European pre-sales. Up front.
Why not?
That's unprecedented.
Well,
You, Advile, you do not think with your genitals. You think with your intestines.
Которые пора выпустить.
I could live with Matt Damon if Brad Pitt was unavailable.
we'd go right to Matt if Brad passes.
Fuck Brad Pitt.
Yes.
Fuck Brad Pitt.
I don't get it. The guy's got a very nice-looking wife at home. In this day and age, you keep your dick in your pants unless you want to wind up selling timeshares in Cancun. He's running a network, for Christ's sake.
Not for long is what I hear.
You think they're going to Martin?
I hear they're bringing someone in from a corporate side.
So. I hear that you and Mom are thinking about having another kid.
Do you think this is an appropriate conversation for you and me to be having?
You know, that's exactly what you said about me running Parker's company.
Yeah, I know, but this
Is there anything that we can talk about?
It's just that this is so... What did she say?
Forget it.
Audrey, come on.
She just said that she's been thinking about having another baby lately.
Is she unhappy?
Wow. Now we're really getting into something inappropriate.
I think this is kind of personal.
Why don't you just give her another baby, Rob?
That's easy for you to say.
What? It's not like you can't afford it.
I'm 42.
Yeah, so what? Picasso was turning them out like into his 70s.
Picasso, I really don't know if I have the strength.
What do you need strength for? I mean, she's the one who's going to get up for all the 2 a.m. feedings. You know it. All you have to do is, you know, you make a little coochie-coo now and then. When he's old enough, you teach him how to ride a bike.
There are so many reasons that this does not make sense at this stage of our lives.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Maybe. I mean, there's really only one reason that counts.
Oh, and what is that?
Because she wants one.
I love what you're doing. What are you nervous about?
Oh, sure.
Oh, Rob! I gotta talk to you right away. I'm sorry. Listen, we have to go to 400 on Krasnikoff.
Well, I thought you were just having lunch with him today.
Oh, no, I had Brad with me.
Brad? You had Brad Advale representing this network?
Well, yeah, unofficially. Rob, NBC's already 350.
Well, how do you know that?
I don't think this guy bullshits.
Well, only the grand jury. I need to know what he's going to tell us for that kind of money.
Everything.
Wait, and what if there's a gag order?
I'll get it quashed on First Amendment grounds. Rob, this network needs this miniseries. We're sinking ship. When the water starts coming over the sides, you don't think about gag orders. You row, and fast.
Here, Rob.
So, did you ever see him lose his temper?
No. Well, not very often.
Can you recall an instance when he did lose his temper?
There's this nasty renegotiation with Parker Meridian. The guy's got a gun to Rob's head.
Well, did Mr. Malone at any time threaten Mr. Meridian?
Not really. I mean, he did say he'd like to kill him a couple times, but that was just the heat of passion, you know? You see, Parker's sleeping with his daughter.
What if this guy doesn't deliver?
We sue for breach.
You sue Nicky the Knife for breach of contract. You better get someone to start your car for you in the morning.
All right, everybody, it's D-Day. Do we have a Mountain Man script for Monday?
We're supposed to have the first 2 acts by 6 this evening.
I want the pages messenger to my house as soon as they come in. And if they're not any good, I'm shutting down the show.
Ugh, suicide, Rob.
Maybe, but I'm not putting mediocre material on this network.
You make a lot of people at the other networks very happy that you put the Mountain Men on
Lori,
hold.
this is my call, and I'm making it. Now, let's talk about the Krasnikoff deal. Lori had lunch with him and thinks that we can close for $400,000.
Plus 15% of European pre-sales.
What?
Well, it's a sweetener.
Well, that's a hell of a sweetener, 15% of European net sales.
Well, and gross. He wants gross.
Well, great. Why don't we just give them the entire network while we're at it?
You know, we've got NBC breathing down our necks. Look, even if we take a bath on the miniseries, we attract viewers and promote our other programs. It's like the NFL. You think anyone's making money on football? You know, I mean, at those prices.
I'll be right back. And how long has she been here?
Just a few minutes. I told her we were in a staff meeting, and she said that I should tell you that her time was very valuable.
Oh, yeah, what about my time?
Actually, she said her time was more valuable than yours.
Oh, I'm so glad you could spare the time, Mr. Maloney.
Mrs. Ludden, please.
Oh, you know what? That won't be necessary. We can discuss our business right here. It's not complicated. Here, sit.
Miss Malone's office, please hold.
Yeah. How is EL?
Fighting for his life.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, don't be. He'll make it. That man would not give me the satisfaction of dying.
Well, what can I do for you, Miss Ludden?
To me? Oh, thank you. Nothing for me. Nothing at all. It's for him.
Is he speaking?
Only to me. Isn't that something? I'm the only one who can understand him.
Oh, what is he saying?
Sadly, he's saying that unless you pull this network out of the crapper very soon, you're history.
I see.
Yeah, and you know something? That EL is so fast to pull the ripcord. You know, you don't see it coming, nothing, right? And then all of a sudden, boom, you're out on your ass.
Thank you for alerting me, Miss Ludden.
Sure. Listen.
Miss Malone's office, please.
Can I ask you a question?
Hmm?
Were you terribly desperate for this job?
Why do you ask?
Because you don't have a very good deal. I had my lawyers pull your contract this morning. You don't even have a golden parachute.
Well, I suppose not.
No, I mean, you are out of the airplane without even an umbrella to break your fall. You are going to hit the ground very hard. You won't even bounce.
I'll manage.
You know what? I'm sure you will. You know what you could do? You could always go back to Yale and teach communications in one of those tacky courses that they offer these days. Anyway, I'm sure that for a man of your abilities, there's any number of opportunities coming your way.
I appreciate your concern, Mrs. Ludden.
Good.
Top 10? Scott, Stu, Judd, Jamie, Parker Meridian, Brad Advale, Cato Kalin, Army Archard, Mike Ovitz, and your lawyer?
My lawyer, private line. Jack, what is going on? Can they do that? I don't believe it. Okay. No, I don't care. Make them get a search warrant. I refuse to allow them in the house. What do they expect to find? Kendall Gifford's dead body? Yeah. Okay.
Rob, the script just came in.
What?
You just had the Mountain Man script delivered to you?
The first 2 acts?
The whole script.
You mean the writers wrote the whole thing one day?
It's not from the Mountain Men writers.
Who's it from?
Henry David Thoreau.
Have you all read both scripts?
Yes.
Let's go around the table. Try to be succinct.
The Thoreau script, or the Kendall Gifford script, is outrageous. The mountain men start a tax revolt. I mean, we're gonna have the federal government on our ass, not just Madison Avenue and the other networks. And where is this guy? I mean, is this some sort of a game that he's playing? Because
Laurie?
How can you let a writer hold a gun to your head? I mean, what about notes? Huh? I mean, how are we going to give him notes if we don't know where he is?
Margaret?
He's scurrilous, irresponsible, morally questionable, and incendiary.
Malcolm?
Yeah, well, it's uncastable. I mean, the way he's written the undercover IRS agent, I couldn't get anybody to play that part.
Anybody else? I'm sorry, I've forgotten your name.
Leticia Martinez.
Yes.
I'm an intern from the Ohio School of Broadcasting.
Yes.
I got a barely legible copy. Maybe somebody ought to check the Xerox machine.
Thank you, Miss Martinez. We'll get right on that. I really appreciate all of your input. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to disregard it. The first two acts of the Mountain Man writer's draft is formula television. I mean, it's Dr. Quinn meets Growing Pains. We've all seen this 12 times. Kendall's script, and I think we all know that this is Kendall's script, it's everything that you say it is. It's morally questionable. It is incendiary. And it might even be actionable. Who knows? But you know what it also is? It's interesting, provocative television. It's about people taking an alternative view to the dominant social values in this country today. And it's the type of television that I want to put on this network. Look, there's only one advantage to being last in the ratings. You get to take chances. What have we got to lose? Well, if we go down in flames, but at least we've taken a shot. So, we're shooting Kendall's script. Starting Monday morning. Get the pages out by the weekend.
Well, what about script notes?
The script doesn't need any notes, Laurie.
You know, he's completely lost.
Me, but you gotta admire his cojones.
Yeah, but he's going to take us down with him.
If I were you, Laurie, I'd either update my resume or get back on the bus, because the bus just left.
Rob, you got a phone call from Washington.
From whom?
The FBI.
The FBI called me?
Uh-huh. They said they wanted to let you know that someone from the Los Angeles field office will be coming to interview you.
About what?
Kendall. They're apparently treating Kendall's disappearance as a kidnapping.
Hey, Herbie. How you doing? Huh? How you doing?
You have 3 new messages. Please enter your security code now. Wednesday, 12:17 p.m.
Hi, Miss Volpone. This is Dr. Schwimmer at Beverly Veterinarian. Herbie's test came back, and he's going to be fine.
Yo, did you hear that,
Just
honey?
keep on the medication for another week.
Wednesday, 4:45 p.m.
Lori, this is Julie. Guess who's leaving NBC? That's right. He's history. Job's open. Let's talk.
Wednesday, 5 p.m.
Miss Volpone, listen carefully to what I have to say. The Nikki Krishnikov story is the story of a stool pigeon. not worth $400,000. It certainly isn't worth anybody's life. Especially not yours, Miss Volpone. Do yourself a favor. Walk away from this deal. Do it fast. Otherwise, it'll be the last deal you ever make.
You like the pelts?
Mm-hmm.
Front door secured.